I was going to go easy on you, not to hurt your feelings.
You f***ing irritate the shit out of me!
I'm only going to get this one chance. It's just a feeling I've got. Like something's about to happen, but I don't know what.
All I hear, go get the money. So I go get it. Hate means I do something right. So I'ma let.
Hey, what's up, peeps? Uh-oh, it's loud. It's loud. All right, what's going on, peeps? Welcome to another episode of Sell Keenan, episode 67. For those of you who don't know, this is a real live sales call with a real live salesperson who wanted 15 minutes of my time. If they can find a problem that I or my company have, ASG has, we will buy. If not, they are going to get coached. So, with that, are you guys ready for today? Who's ready? Who's ready? See who's ready. We got a good group of people here. Oh, why can't I turn that down? Oh, my goodness gracious. I can't turn it down. All right, everybody. I'm a mess today. Not feeling well, but I'm ready to go. All right, let's see some thumbs up. Let's be ready to go. So, today I want to introduce Kelly Biggs. Kelly Biggs, welcome. How you doing, sister?
I'm doing great. Good to be here.
All right. Are you nervous?
I am. Yep, absolutely.
Right. But you said something on before we went live that I thought was really, really, really good. What did you say? Why are you going to do well?
I think I'm going to do well because my only objective is to learn.
That's a great way to start. It's a great way to start. All right. So with that, I'll give you a minute or two to sort of share with everybody and myself what your business is, what your products are, so we have a context, and then the floor is yours.
Right. Thanks so much. First of all, excited to be here. Been excited for the past few months, ever since I was introduced to your book. But about me, WSI, we really work with our clients to help them to grow by navigating both their online presence and also AI technologies to achieve their business goal. It's that simple.
Interesting. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. All right. Well, there we go. Would you say you're a digital agency?
Yes. I always say more digital consultant and strategy. And then a lot of people start with tactics. We start with what is it you're trying to do? And let's align it and go from there.
All right. The floor is yours. Have at it.
Okay, great. So Keenan, how's the business going right now? Good. Okay, great. So I know you had some aggressive growth numbers. You still on target to blow past them?
Depends on
revenue.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. It depends on where, right? So yeah, we're on track. We're a tad bit behind actually, which I'm a little disappointed about, but not majorly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting that you say where. So which area isn't performing the way you might have thought?
Oh, when I said where, you said I might growth to hit my growth goal target. Aggressive. My aggressive growth goals go out into the future, right? Okay. So I'm thinking, is she talking to me? I'm track to hit my big number down the road, or just where I'm at this year, right? You weren't specific.
Yep, I should have been clear. I meant for this year. Where are you?
Yeah, we're right about there. Maybe a tad short.
Okay, so where is there?
Oh, I'm not going to tell. I'll make up a number. I'll make up a number. Okay. Yeah. So 15 million.
15 million. Okay. So you've been growing like.
By the way, that was a fair question. If this was a private, it's a fair question.
Okay, fair enough. And if you didn't answer, I would have been okay too. I get that. We don't know each other quite well enough, so. This needs to be understood. In a real setting, you would need to push me to give you that answer or put me in a ballpark, right? Do not accept, because that's what I'm assuming you try to impact. So if they're not going to have that conversation with you, you're at a disadvantage out of the gate. So that's why I wanted to give you a number, but I didn't want to announce to the entire world what our revenue numbers are. Okay. So if it was 15 this year, you grew how much percentage this year over last year? What was the percentage of growth?
We're looking at about 35. Our growth goal was 60%.
60%. Wow. That's
no,
amazing.
30%. Sorry. I did 30%. Our growth goal is 30%.
Okay. And so next year, same target, 30% or higher?
You mean 2024?
2024.
No, that's, oh God, I haven't looked at it in a while, but I'm going to say that's got to be closer to 50.
50%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's interesting. Where are you going to grow what piece of your business are you going to grow?
Training.
Okay. You do training. You do several types of training. Am I correct? Is that
five types of training?
So actually, let me let you define the types of training. What types of training do you do? Corporate, self?
Oh, yeah, just corporate sales training. That's all.
Just corporate sales.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now we do offer an online training that's for individuals.
Mm-hmm. So just for your corporate sales training, you're going to grow by 50%.
No, that's collective. That's everything.
Okay. Everything. What percentage of your business, of the 15 million, will corporate training contribute to? What percentage of your business?
85, 90%.
Wow. Okay. That's a big number then. Okay. So then, and you say you're pretty certain, actually, I didn't ask you this question. How certain are you that you're going to hit that aggressive number next year?
I'm never certain.
Okay.
I'm never certain.
Okay.
Never. I'm optimistic, but I'm never certain. It's the oddest thing. So that's a huge number, right? So no, I'm never certain.
Okay. Talk me through your path to get there today.
That's too wide. I don't know. What do you mean my path?
Your path to get there. So I'm assuming there are different ways that you get leads to schedule these corporate trainings, correct? Is it? Mm-hmm. So what percentage is maybe coming from, I don't know your marketing. I'm just going to guess. I'm imagining some percentage comes from events. I'm imagining some percentage comes from ads, some organic.
Yeah. I don't know the exact percentages, but I know that, boy, I don't think we can actually tie the closed business to an ad versus the book versus something else, because you got to remember, all these people read the book and they may have read the book 6-8 months ago and then see something on LinkedIn and reach out, you know what I'm saying? Or go to our website and download a piece of content and then ask to speak to someone, or click the button that says, hey, I want to talk to someone about training. I want to talk to someone about consulting, right? So, or someone about speaking. So it's kind of hard to know exactly where they originally came from. Mm-hmm. But we do Google ads. We do lots of stuff on social. And then the other piece is and this is why we are confident in the growth, is we have a licensing division of certified partners. So we have 3 of them now, and we've just signed 4 more. So by the end of the year, we'll have 7 fully trained certified partners who are out there selling on our behalf. And then the goal is to add 3 or 4 more in Q1 and then 3 or 4 more in Q2. So, we should have anywhere between 10 and 15 by the end of 24 people in the field selling and promoting and driving gap selling.
Okay, that surprised me. Okay, I'm glad I asked the question. So you're saying you feel like the majority of your growth is going to come from these certified. I want to explore that a little more. Does the growth come because people are getting the training, or more that now you have more feet on the street to actually deliver the training?
It's the feet on the street. They're licensed trainers. So they're licensed in gap selling. And so we train them and teach them, and then they go out and sell it themselves. And then they have to share a portion of the revenue.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's great. So, okay. I'm curious, the people who are certified trainers for you, then how do they get into your funnel to become certified trainers? Like
they find us. So I have a general manager of licensing, and it's her job to find them. And so she does lots on social media. I think she gets it all on social media. Mm-hmm. And then we have a page obviously on our website, but the majority of it is just through connecting with people on LinkedIn and building her own brand, etc.
Okay, so she is just that one person responsible for doing that. So it sounds like social selling versus LinkedIn ads. It's just social selling. meaning post organic, they come to you, they get interest, they engage, and she reaches out that way. Correct?
I guess kind of. I don't know exactly how she does it, but yeah, I mean, she creates a lot of content. We put on a lot of events. You know, we do these things called Gap and Oz, right? Or Gap master classes. People show to them. They get a feel of who we are. They're big fans. So however she does it, I don't know. I don't know her day-to-day steps, but she just recruited a good class again of 4 people. So
do you see any risk? I'm just curious. Do you see any risk of relying on LinkedIn as a platform solely to, you said, I get that there's some of what we would call it, there's an affiliation, right? There's no direct path through your sales funnel, but mainly it's being driven by LinkedIn. Do you get nervous at all that there's a platform that you don't necessarily own that's doing most of this lead generation on your behalf?
Yeah, I wouldn't say, well, it's hard to say most of it because most of our leads come in through our website.
Okay.
But we build our following and engage on LinkedIn. So I'm sure there's a correlation between how much exposure we get on LinkedIn, how many people are talking about us on LinkedIn, et cetera, that correlates into people coming and checking out the book and checking out the website, knowing who we are to then reach out on the website. But I don't know exactly what that, percentage is. That being said, of course I do. Like, of course. I mean, if LinkedIn goes away tomorrow or they do something crazy with the algorithms, of course I do. But not enough to lose any sleep because it's one of the best performing social networks. It's not just cluttered with bullshit. So yeah. I'm not too concerned. No.
Okay. Fair enough. Appreciate that. So I want to just shift gears a little bit because you also talked about Google Ads. Can you walk me through which of your services you're trying to sell through your Google Ads? Is it the same? I'm sorry.
The training.
Okay. Interesting. So when you're doing that, I'll let you know I did a little bit of homework. When I saw your Google Ads, I saw the copy, and then I also saw the landing page that you have there. Mm-hmm. You might not know the answer, but if not, I would love to talk to your team about it. Do you know how many times people clicked the button from the pay-per-click? Because every time they click and see the page, you pay for it, right?
Yeah, Sean, they know that we have a pretty good click. We got a pretty good return on the money. So Sean, if you're paying attention to listen, and send me our click rate or whatever it is, number of times we click, whatever that, he'll send it. If not,
I'm looking for specifically I'm looking for the conversion rate.
Yeah.
So you spend money on whatever dollar amount. Let's just say you're spending $1,000 on that.
So we're definitely getting a conversion because we know we've closed deals from it, and our average deal size is so high.
Right, 100% is high. But when I looked at your landing page, I saw clear opportunities to increase your conversion rate, like clear opportunities. And whether we move forward or not, I would give you 30 minutes with your team to talk through how and generally after the 30-minute conversation, people see.
All right, stop.
Okay.
Here, you've been talking for about 12 minutes, and I will give you a good B+ A- for your curiosity and the flow of the questions. Okay. Mm-hmm. But this is where you fell down. You just kept talking about my revenue and how I'm driving leads and stuff, but you didn't really dig into in your space. You said you're digitally marketing. So you didn't really take that and start digging into a little lower level of how I'm doing things and where the mistakes could be, or even if I found a problem. It didn't even sound like you found a problem yet, right? Now, I like kind of the way you went with this paid advertising, but you said, I said our average sales price is so high that we're going to get a positive return on this investment because we only need 1 or 2 deals to close from this to pay for the ads. And you went to, I went to your website. I saw a whole bunch of ways you can improve your conversion.
Yeah.
Like you literally just jumped off.
That's right through it. I absolutely did. Yeah.
Number one, I don't even think I needed improved. Right. And number 2, that's a claim. Like that. All you made was made a claim. Do you know how many people have made claims to us that didn't work? Okay, hold on. Here we go. Last 30 days, we had 5,500 clicks to the 6 ads, 3 for corporate training, 3 for online training, click rate of about 6%, have a click to I can't read that piece. Have a click to purchase something. Hold on. Hold on. We don't have a click to purchase rate right now. So we don't actually set it up so that they click to purchase, because ours is more go to our website and check us out. And hopefully you at some point in time ask for an introduction. Like, hey, we want more information on this or that.
Yeah. So what you want them to do from the landing page is fill out the form, get some more information, and we'll kind of get back at you. Like you'll nurture them versus.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I heard you say, just want to make sure I'm understanding that correctly, is that right now you have about a 6% conversion rate. Is that what?
No, we have a 6% click rate.
6% click rate, and from I need another number, which what I'm trying to understand.
So how many of them fill out a form or something?
Yeah, like how exactly? That's what I'm looking at.
So Sean, if you hear this, what is our conversion? The people who actually click on the rate, do they actually do anything? What's that conversion? He'll get it to us in a second.
Okay. And then I'm just also curious is how many times people, you say you might not measure this, and it's fair if you don't, but how many times it takes for somebody to fill out a form for them to get the offering is about what, 35,000? Is that what you said? Something
40,000. So it's about 40,000 average deal size.
Okay. So if I understand that you're saying it's working, if we get
if someone clicks on that and they fall into the pipeline, our win rate's about 36%, 37%. So they become an opportunity. We have a pretty high win rate. Why? Because we gap sell people. That's why. So we have a pretty high conversion opportunity win rate. So if they click on that button and we qualify them as a qualified opportunity, which is a whole bunch of stuff, then they will convert to the tune of 36 to 38%.
Okay. And if I heard you saying you have 6 ads, and
yes,
6 ads.
We have okay. So there you go. We have. It sounds like our conversion's pretty low. We have a 0.5% conversion.
Okay. So if I were able to show you,
no, don't
do
ever. Everybody, listen. Please don't do that. If I were to show you, no. If you want to show me something, if you really, really feel that I'm doing something wrong, then it's like you said, you looked at my thing, ask questions, like, I noticed in your thing, is there a reason you do?
Okay,
right?
perfect.
Right. Yes.
So I want to talk about the ad that I saw, which was more about, I would say, positioning you against another brand, right? Like why you're better.
That's exactly what we do. We do this on purpose. Yes.
Yep, absolutely. What I noticed is it was very wordy. And so typically what we have seen is that when you're trying to convert somebody off of an ad, and I'm assuming the audience that you're going after, actually, I'm not going to assume, I'm going to ask you the question. Is the person that you're looking for there like a CRO, a sales VP, somebody like that who's going to get into that funnel? Somebody who can
sales enablement, CRO, CEO, yes. Mm-hmm.
And so typically
you said it's wordy. So I'm assuming you're on a blog post, correct?
No, I was at what
landing page. It takes you to a
landing page. Could be the landing page. I would verify. I would like to have the conversation offline to make sure I'm in, because there's 2 different places. There's one place on your website that's amazing and where I think you should be sending them. But when I looked at the ad and I didn't click on it, but I followed the path to where it would go, where it took me was very wordy. It was good because it was consistent. I knew where I was, which is what I want to know, but it was just a lot of words and I wasn't sure what to do next.
Okay.
I was lost.
So I'm glad Sean's listening. You can keep hitting me up in the background. So from what I understand, the objective of the team, again, we're not going to sell our training through a click. Okay.
100%.
But what we're trying to do, and what I believe the team is seeing success with, is we're trying to what I call awareness. These are awareness campaigns. We are trying to get people who are going out and clicking on our competition, Sandler, right? Challenger. I know another, Medic, right? And who don't know about us, who run those searches under their names, we want them to be like, oh, who's this, right? And so the idea is to send them to a place where they can learn about who we are and what's going on. That's the objective. It's not necessarily to get them to hurry up and click, I want more information on your company, because the searches that we're targeting, we don't even know if they're going to Sandler or Medic to click and say, I want training. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, look, I could be wrong. Yeah, well, I could be wrong, and that's what people's motivations aren't. But we're assuming that they're just out there learning about those things, and we want to add to the learning. And Sean, just to get back to you, and I am correct, it should be going to a blog post. And then he said, that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're just trying to educate them on why gap selling is a better alternative, a better choice. So all we want them to do is read it. That's all we want them to do. If they don't, they don't. But that's our goal here, is to try to increase awareness and see if we can get more people understanding who we are when they don't know who we are. It's
fair. I would still like to talk to you about, because I think there's a way to. I would just like to talk to you about it. I understand what you're saying. Typically with Google Ads, it's a different intent and strategy to get them to do exactly what you're wanting them to do without them having to read all of the things. But
so what would you recommend? How would I educate them without reading?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the way they read. People are lazy. People are very lazy, right? So if I'm reading, the way I'm reading an ad is different than the way I'm going to read a blog post. So I'm clicking on the ad, it's saying this. I would position it. I might have a quick picture, but the words that I want to stick out, which you have a lot, like, you know how to sell, like, no question. But you say, like, the words that you want, like, make them in red and make the ones that are less important, but that you want them to read in black. And it could be vice versa. It doesn't matter. But the words that you want them to read, like, people read bulleted, especially that audience, right?
Okay,
So
watch this. I don't know the answer to this, but if I'm in your shoes, I'm probably going to ask the question, okay, do you have a bounce rate on that page? Can you get a bounce rate on
Yeah, good question.
On that particular page, I might ask the bounce rate, because if people are reading it, we're succeeding. If they're not reading it, we're not. Right? So this is, again, rather than trying to sell me, because I appreciate what you're saying, that, I think you could do a better job. Okay. Or I think there's some things you could do different, and that's why you should go with us. That's a hard sell. Okay. Because, again, do you know how many digital marketing SEO companies have said, yeah, you're doing it all wrong. We could do it this way. It'll make a big difference. It doesn't fucking move the needle a single bit. Not a single bit. So you're going to have to do a better job at helping me see that I really have a problem, and that what my team is doing now isn't working, and that it's worth investing in you. Because, I think, look, I could talk to 50 people like yourself, and every one of them would have some idea that something we could do different. That's a fact. Yeah. Right. But I'm not convinced 90% of those would move the needle. At least not enough to cover whatever price I just paid to have you do that. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you, as a digital marketer advertiser, you got to go deeper. You got to bring more to the table to diagnose that problem than just it's not in red and black.
Yeah, right? I understand what you're saying. Fair. What you told me that the bounce rate is not as high as you thought it would be, correct?
I'm saying I don't know what it is.
Not the bounce rate. The conversion rate is low from an industry average perspective.
Yes, fair? But then when I was told we're not really converting per se, we're sending them to a blog post. So really, I mean, I'm not sure how we measure the conversion, unless that's taking it.
So let's take a step back. If I'm going to go through a different experience and just ask you this question. When I download information, like, for instance, I bought your book, I downloaded a pic, and I'm just assuming that these would be the same experiences, right? I downloaded your pic, and I got the pic, loved it, filled it out, everything. What is your, and it might be different, but I'm just curious, what is your follow-up process with me as an individual after I download content?
As an individual, nothing.
Nothing. Okay, because that's what I got. Okay.
Yeah. So unless you fit our ICP, right, where it's you're a CRO, enablement, vice president of sales, CEO, and unless we have a reason to believe that your company has at least 10 salespeople, nothing. We don't do anything with you. You're not our audience.
But did you not say that you do have an offering where you give free training? So when you don't follow back up, your self-guided online training.
When you download that, you go into our newsletter, and so you'll get our newsletter every week, and within the newsletter, this stuff. And I think we actually may have, a matter of fact, I know we do. We may have a couple of sequences. I just haven't seen them in forever, so I know we have sequences.
So I haven't fallen into any, and I've downloaded 3 pieces of content with you.
All right, so we'll have to check into that. Yeah. You should have.
So
you should be getting our newsletter.
I got your newsletter. That's it. I got your newsletter twice, and I did not get. It was something else. Oh, like I downloaded the training. I went through the free training that you had, like the precursor to the course.
Yep.
I would think that I would be somebody highly motivated to spend $4.99 with you.
Okay. This is interesting. So Sean, pay attention. Are you saying that you downloaded, I'm sorry, didn't download. You started the training with the free sample?
Absolutely.
How long ago?
I will have to go look, but it's been over a month. I say 6 weeks ago.
And you never saw anything from us about that?
No.
Okay, that is a problem. But because I know for fact that we have a sequence that or a nurture thing you should have enrolled in, and I also know for fact that we were just talking the other day that we were kind of surprised at how many people have actually gone through that and then not enrolled. Mm-hmm. So there may be a kink in the system that we're unaware of, people, because either it's not going out or we're black labeled under our we've had a disconnect in our system, and the person we're trying to get to fix it had a disconnect with HubSpot in the training. We mentioned it to blank our developer, no response. Okay, so yes, we're aware that something's broken and we're trying to get it fixed.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that wasn't happening with your corporate clients as well, because that was
corporate clients is not corporate clients.
A different thing.
We reach out to them directly. We don't mess around with that. Okay, if you fit our ICP, that you get a personal call.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Keenan, the only thing that I see from the conversation that we're having today is that there may be an opportunity with Google Ads. I would suggest the free 30-minute that we offer and just take a look at it and see if it makes sense. It's free. People typically do get an increase in their conversion rate. And I would love to talk to your team and just see if that makes sense. And if not.
Okay, so before we do that, I'm not convinced I can get you there yet. By the way, Mike Allen just asked a great question. He said, how much does that cost you? Now, I know the reason you didn't answer it is because you can't fix that problem. So that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly
so
right.
Good for you. But Mike, that's a great question. And I'm going to have a very stern talk with our developer because I'm sure it's cost us a shitload of money because we literally have watched sales of the online training decrease and we can't figure out why. And now it might, and then we realize we've had, I think, hundreds of people take the first part of the training and not convert. That's a whole second issue why they're not converting. So here's a question for you, and you're going to help me out with this question. Then I'm going to have some feedback for you. Why didn't you convert on your own?
Well, I know I was coming on your show. I knew I was coming on your show, but I would absolutely have done it. I was actually waiting for the follow-up.
Okay, but I want an honest answer now.
Yeah,
I want to know because I'm going to use this. Like, I don't need, like, I appreciate you were going to do it, but I really want the honest to God answer, right? Like, if you didn't even know me, would you have converted? And if not,
100% would have converted.
Okay, so what is it about it that you think other people aren't converting? Because we think that first 30 minutes is pretty powerful. Lots of interaction, et cetera, and they're not converting. Why? Do you think?
Maybe they're not ready for the training. I mean, I'm a salesperson. I like to consume sales information. I just do. Like the value is there for me. So I can't honestly answer it because I absolutely would have paid for it. I mean, the price is good. You know,
is the first 30 minutes engaging? Is it valuable?
It's very valuable. I mean, like you're going through I love that it's decision tree, right?
Choose your own journey.
Yeah. And then it's just kind of like, oh shoot, I messed that up. Oh yes, I got it. Right. And so I love the interaction. I loved everything about, like, I really literally just didn't. And I'm just trying to think, I don't know if it was because it just kind of got off my mind. I think the price is fair. I think the content is great. I'm looking forward to learning. I don't know why. I don't know why, unless that maybe they're just not getting a reminder. I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't.
So we got to fix that piece. The reminder piece we're going to fix, but I still can't understand that I felt, and we felt, that 30 minutes is not just a quick clip, that you're invested, super interactive. So you got to feel for it. You learn something too. It wasn't like a fake, thing, right. And then learn more here and learn more. It doesn't sell you. It's literally right. So all right,
you got the feeling. For me, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I got the feeling like if I kept going this course, it was going to be additive. Like you're giving me literally a part of the course. It's not like you're giving me, like a lot of times you get it and they're like, and learn more, but you haven't learned anything. But no, I literally learned a lot, and so I have no clue why people would not.
Okay. All right. Greg Christian here says money. Greg, you should know better. It's never about the money. It's about the perceived value. And that's our job as marketers, and our job to actually demonstrate the value so it's worth the money. And by the way, I will also go on the record and say any salesperson that does not think that they are worth investing $499. I don't care if it's me or Jeb Blunt or Sandler or Spin or whatever. If your company isn't providing you training and you don't make that investment, you're not serious about what you do. I don't have any conversation. I don't need to hear it. I just don't even want to hear it. Just can't get there. So, all right, all the way back. Here's what I want to do for you really quickly. I want to ask you a question again.
Okay.
What problems do you solve for people?
Yeah, absolutely. So typically there are people who are trying to grow their business and they just can't figure out the digital marketing landscape. They've heard the whole alphabet soup is what I call it, like pay-per-click. They'll tell me I need SEO. One of the things that we're talking to them about is SGE, which is search generative experience. And that's the zero-click search. Have you thought about that? Could you be a thought leader in that way? But really just kind of navigating, like, what are you trying to do? And then taking that and saying, who is your
how is that measured? So when you talk about what are people trying to do and we help people grow their business through digital, how is that measured? How are you measuring that growth?
Okay, it through their business objectives. So
you got to be more specific.
So if you said to me, "Hey Kelly, I'm trying to grow,"
no, I don't want you to use an example. I want you to tell me about you. These are the areas that we help companies. Like, be specific.
Yeah, we help companies grow. So if somebody is in an accelerated growth path, but they don't have like any brand visibility, we would suggest.
How would you define brand visibility?
So we go and look how much traffic is coming to your website, for instance.
Thank you. Okay. So web traffic, give me another one. See what I'm doing here? Watch. Web traffic, give me another one.
Okay. They might have, again, low conversion rate. So traffic.
Okay, conversion rate.
Yeah. Traffic's coming to the reservoir rate, but they're not. And then the traffic, when we look at the traffic, either is mostly branded, meaning I know you by name, identity, whatever, or not. I'm finding you organically. I'm just searching for your service and you're coming up. So do you?
Okay, so you help with improving organic search, which is more SEO, from what I understand, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so organic search, all right. So the number of visitors found organically, the number of trips to their website, my conversions. You said nothing about leads yet.
Yeah, so leads are generally doing paid search. So when I say paid search, generally,
paid search, does organic search get me leads too?
It does, but if you don't have a brand presence, that's why I say I want to know what your brand presence is.
But now I'm not asking about brand presence. What I'm trying to get you to do is understand that these are the needles you move.
Right.
You've got to go there first. You didn't ask any questions around any of that stuff, right? You got to think about the needles you move. So you started talking about revenue, but you didn't really get. Okay, go.
No. I want what I was. So I'm was trying to apply gap selling. So what I wanted to understand, so my line of questioning was, that's why I was asking you questions about Like, how are you getting the leads to your
Yeah, so you're asking me how I'm getting them, but you didn't ask me about how many am I getting. You're not asking, are they, you didn't ask, and how question is a technical problem question. And yes, Brandon Coutreau, technical problems, yes, but I'm okay with technical problems if she can use those to get to business problems, right? I did tell her that we're slightly off the number. She didn't ask, are the leads down this year? Didn't ask that.
Did not ask that.
Right, did not ask that, right? You didn't ask, what about our web traffic? Is the web traffic increasing or decreasing? What about your bounce rates? Like, talk to me about all of you. Got to talk about.
But Keenan, I feel like if I had said that in fairness, because I've practiced this a lot with people, when I started to go down that road, I kept hearing you saying, "Stop trying to pitch me your product." Like in the back of, I felt.
I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a chance. Okay, I want you to ask me questions.
Okay.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with this point right here. Yeah. So we're slightly off our revenue goal for this year, our growth goal for this year.
Okay. So you're slightly off your goal. How many leads are you getting for?
Okay. Okay. You could ask that question, and I don't hate it, but it almost like you didn't hear me.
Okay. You're slightly off your. How much? Okay, how much? Right.
Not how much. Everybody loves the how much question. I don't mind how much question, but everybody relies on it. You watch what I do here. If I were you, I would ask, oh, you're seeing a decrease in revenue. Has that also coincided with a decrease in leads? Not how much. Right. Not how much.
Right.
How much? How much doesn't fucking help you, because I could say 1 million and you don't know if I got 10 million last year or 6 last year.
Right.
Everybody, sorry, girl, I feel you, but everybody does this. How much? How much? How much? Fucking listen, people. I literally started all over for you too. And I said, hey, yes, our revenue is off a little bit this year, right? You could have, because this is, okay, this is where your expertise comes in. Okay. Any knucklehead can ask, well, how many leads did you get? Any knucklehead can ask that. The really smart person has connected the dots and says, if revenue's off, I wonder if they've seen any decline in the things that drive that revenue, such as leads. Yeah, leads are off. I wonder what's going on there. Do you see what I've done?
It's a fair question. I will say that this is the part, in anybody listening, this is the part of gap selling to me that is the most challenging. Like I think it's not easy, but it's simpler for me to find the problem, but then trying to get to like the root cause or the impact is the area that I struggle the most with. So I love the way you frame that question. It makes a lot of sense. In practice, though, that question never crossed my mind. I don't think it's a listening thing. It was just well, how do I get to leads without it sounding like, hey, I'm here to pitch my service?
So yeah, okay, that's fair. The point is you're trying to help and you're trying to understand. Okay. So again, I told you I didn't hate the how much or how many leads did you get. I don't hate that because if you're really smart and I say we got 200, the next question should have been, okay, is that down from last year or not? But it doesn't happen. Most people don't do that. They say, how many? Oh, okay, 200 leads. Well, tell me about those leads. And they don't do that, right? So you're not gaining any credibility for understanding the correlation between leads and revenue. So Sean Hurd here. Great job, Sean. Sean goes, I was going to say, this is a great question. You could have literally asked this. Are you down on revenue because of leads or lack of conversion?
Nice. I love
what it. Now Sean has demonstrated, I see the correlation, the relationship between leads and conversion and revenue. And guess what? You would better, because that's your job.
Right.
Like you're the expert, that you would better understand that. So to the extent that you don't come across understanding that, you lose credibility.
Fair.
Okay.
Let me ask you this question. I'm just curious, would you have minded this question? When you say you're slightly down this year, and then if I were, is this too soon? Because I like the question that you had, but I'm just saying role play. If I had said, okay, And so you have an even more aggressive target next year. Like, wouldn't it follow that? Like, what are you doing to shore that up? Like, I don't.
Okay, that's a self-diagnosing question. See,
Okay.
Now you're asking me to tell you what I'm doing to shore it up. The objective of gap selling is to uncover my weaknesses. That's your job, right? So it's almost like going to the doctor and said, hey, I see you're overweight. Do you have plans on losing weight next year? I do. What are you going to do that? That's why I'm seeing you, doc, right? Like, so, but if you had gone this route and said, oh, you're slightly off, and you said, how much? I say 10%, I say. And then you say, okay, now you said you were looking to actually double next year, which is even a 50% increase over the 30% of this year. That's a big number, and you're not tracking to that right now. No, I'm not. So is one of the reasons you're not tracking, go back to Sean's question, because of the number of leads or the conversion. And then let's just say I say, that's a good question. I go, Sean, are we down on leads? And Sean goes, yeah, we're down on leads. Oh, so then you can say, oh my God, you're down on leads. How much? I don't know, our leads are down 20%. Oh shit, your leads are down 20%. How in the world are you going to make that goal next year? Because you got to get those leads back up, and then you got to get them up even more.
Right.
That should have been your job.
That's the problem.
Right? Then once you discovered I have a lead problem or a conversion problem, then you can dig into why I have a conversion problem. Right. What am I doing? How am I structured? Could you walk me through the workflow? Right? You could have made me walk you through everything, whether you saw it or not, make me walk through it. And then knowing it's wordy, you could have said, forget telling me it's wordy. You could have said, now when they get to this blog post, Jim Norton said a great thing. Jim said, oh, fuck, I just lost it. Jim said something like, how long are they on the page for? And something else. I'll get it in a second.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So then you could ask me those questions. And then by asking, if you think it's wordy and it doesn't work, don't tell me it doesn't work.
Right.
Ask me all the questions all the way to the end. And then I'm like, yeah, our bounce rate is 0.5. Oh, shit, that's awful. And whatever the other one. And they only stay on the, whatever the other one is. Bounce rate's how long you stay on the page. Right. And then I'm like, you've got me. You literally got me. Right. You literally got me that, oh my God, it isn't working. You don't need to tell me why it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You use my own environment. How long are they remaining on the page and how far are they scrolling?
The other question would be that you signaled that we would solve for is when you said, I'm never sure exactly how the lead came to me, right? Mm-hmm. So if they come by Google Ads, you should have a tracking and be able to say, like, I spent this money, and there should be a tracker that says, this is exactly what I got from this. Like, if you're spending that money, you should be able to track what's coming out of that.
So let me ask you a question. Someone comes, they run a search on Sandler, we pop up. They're intrigued to go read that blog post. Okay. Then they go buy the book on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Then they read the book and they love the book and they start following us on LinkedIn. And then one day they fill out I want to talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. There's no way we can track them through that whole thing. There's no way.
So there is with Google Analytics 4. There absolutely is. So Google Analytics 4 is different than the old Google because Google Analytics 4 actually tracks attribution if implemented correctly. So you actually can tell that.
Okay, Sean, are you aware of that? Here's the money question. If he's not aware of that and we're not using it, I'll give you a time with the team. Drum roll, please. We'll see what he comes up with. Because maybe they are, and maybe I answered the question wrong.
Mm-hmm. No, it used to be the case. This is very recent development. Maybe with it, GA4 came out like officially a few months ago. Like everything got turned off of UA4, switched to GA4, and a lot of people like it's not as straightforward. But the information that you can get out of GA4 is really quite remarkable, and it can.
What you're saying is, if we run one of these ads, we can track that person through that route that I just gave you, and you're sure about that. You're not one of those salespeople who's telling me something and it doesn't come to fruition.
No, it can track attribution. It can.
Okay, so that being said, Sean just came back and he was unaware. So I will give you 30 minutes with Sean and Brady, and you can ask questions about our whole process now and where everything's going. And I think they would be intrigued or like to know or be able to follow, because we've said this before, right? I mean, so many people buy the book. It's so many different times. We really literally have no idea when they finally decided to reach out. They know who we are, right? But we have no idea how long they've been following us, how long ago they bought the book, where they heard about us. A lot of times it's one of their employees read the book, loved it, told someone else to read the book, told their manager to read the book, manager read the book. Next thing we got to get them in here. So it's because we're everywhere. So it's really hard, right?
Absolutely.
It's really hard. But to the extent that we're spending money and we could follow or get at least some better metrics on that. Here, let's see. I'll let him be the Sean, you can be the decision maker. Do you see value in talking to Biggs and her company for 30 minutes about this and our current lead generation process? We'll see. It's delayed. Okay. Everybody's giving you love. Let's go, Kelly. Great job. It is possible to an extent, but not 100% foolproof like anything. So one of our guys, Jim Norton, is the man. He's been a huge asset to us. So he already jumped in. Sean said yes. Winner, turkey dinner. Humble and always learning. Attitude goes a long way, Kelly. That was from Howard Pullum. And this person says, I think it breaks down when the user goes to Amazon. But I digress. You're getting lots of thumbs up, hearts, claps. Everybody appreciates the job you did. I'm going to give you props as well. Look, I like what Howard Pullum said. I saw a lot of humility here. I saw a lot of learning. I saw a willingness to open up. I saw some openness. You were just coachability. You were very coachable. You're very open, and that goes a long way. And because that got you this, because I wasn't going to give you the 30 minutes, but you stayed with it and you listened and let me ask questions, etc. So, like all the other salespeople who've gotten a chance, yes, women sell as rock, hands down. I honestly believe women are better salespeople, but it's a whole different conversation. I had to get you there, right? Like, I, as the buyer, had to get there on my own or ask you questions so I could understand how you could help me, and then you were able to jump on that. I want you and every seller in the world, I want you guys to get your buyers there, okay? Because when you get your buyers there, you will win more. You will win deals, and you are winning deals today by order taking and giving me enough information, having enough of a conversation. The buyer figures it out for themselves. You need to get them there on you without them getting there on their own. You got to lead them to water, okay? Okay. Any other thoughts or last statements, Ms. Biggs?
No, I just share with anybody, if you haven't bought the book, and Keenan didn't tell me to do this, but do buy it. But also that I was sharing with Keenan earlier that I've taken a lot of sales courses. And one of the things I noticed about gap selling is that he never talks about objection handling. And just it just was an aha moment. And then we just kind of talked through why. But I appreciate that you don't have to really handle objections with this methodology.
And I told you why not. So this is good to see how well you paid attention.
Yeah.
Why don't you have to handle objections? Or let me rephrase it. Why are there no objection handling elements inside of the gap selling training?
Right, because you're listening to the client's problems and they're walking you through what's going on. And when you do present something, you know that it's a problem that you can solve. So if they do object to something, you can say, I'm confused. You told me you were trying to do this. And so then I presented this. So there shouldn't be objections because you've been patient. And when you know that it's not a fit, you just kind of bow out and go on about your way.
That was the key right there. That brilliantly said. Great job, Kelly. The key is that you've done enough research. You understand what the problem is, the root causes, the impacts. You've scoped the whole thing out, the desired outcomes. And when it comes time to make a recommendation, you know you can deliver because you understand the root causes. If you know that you aren't a perfect fit and you still try to present or make a recommendation, the buyer will see the mismatch and they will challenge you from an objection standpoint, and you have no ground to stand on. So to your point, you walk away. If you see the objection up front, that's the telltale sign that your product isn't a good fit to deliver on what they're trying to deliver on and solve the problems they're trying to solve. So don't make the recommendation at all. And if there isn't one that you see, then you make the recommendation, and you shouldn't get any objections. Great job, Biggs. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, sister, yes, you do. Please hit me up or Brady up. We're going to get you free access to the online training. And it's going to be exciting because soon, everybody pay attention. All of these, for those of you who have been paying attention, all of these free gap webinars we've been doing, if you've been paying attention, medic versus gap selling, or I think another one was imposter syndrome. We got one coming up tomorrow on how to prevent the conference. If you guys have been paying attention to all these have been doing free, enjoy them, because they ain't going to be free much longer. These are all going to be part of the Gap Plus offering that is going to attach to the online training. And for just $79.99 a month, you will get access to all the Gap selling online training and the weekly Gap webinars and Ask Keenan Anythings and all of it for a simple subscription price. So enjoy them, because it ain't free much longer. All right. But you, my friend, will get it all. So enjoy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
You got it. All right, everybody. I hope this was valuable to you. Was this helpful to you guys today? Did you enjoy this? I hope so. I thought Kelly was fantastic. I thought she was great. She did a great job. She was coachable. So she could win because of all this. I think she had a tough one. I think the world of digital marketing and SEO is tough because there's a lot of charlatans out there. People don't really understand. They over promise and under deliver. And so I think that's a very difficult sale, and she did a great job. Okay. So with that, for those of you who are new, if you're new, say I'm new in the comments. I want to say you're new in the comments and let me know who you are. For the rest of you, do me a favor, spread the word on this, share this. I think it's super valuable to people. I want more people watching it. I want more people to improve their selling. And all you got to do is show up for 45 minutes. So again, for those of you who are new, this was a real sales call. It was a real salesperson. I'd never met them before, and they wanted us to buy their product or service. So if you want to gap sell me, DM me on LinkedIn. I will get you connected, and we will get you on one of our future shows. All right. And if you can find a problem that we have, we will buy. If not, I am coaching you all the way home. All right, everybody. Nothing but love for you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Until next time, you know what I'm going to say. Peace. I'm out.
All I hear, go get the money. So I go get it. Hate means I do something.